Good day, everyone. It's Tammy, and I'm bringing you a book series. Now, I was inspired by a post on Facebook where someone asked, it was a group that someone posted, share the good reads, share books that you believe are powerful books. And in that list, I had a bunch of them. So I've decided to go ahead and introduce you to a couple and read the introduction so that you get a chance to see the contents of the book. And if it inspires you, I will also post a link in the description for the free PDF for the book. So the book that I chose today is Emergence, a shift from ego to essence by Barbara Marx Hubbard. This book was written in 2001. And the introduction goes like this. Well, here it is. This is the book you've been waiting for. This is the book that provides an answer to the question, how do I go from where I am to where I want to be? And then the next question, and how does the world? This is likely something you've asked yourself. It's like when we know what we don't want, it inspires us to change. In clear and strikingly simple terms, this book lays out a roadmap to not only a better tomorrow, but a better here and now. That makes it both conceptually stimulating and practical. In other words, it's the kind of book you can get excited about, and it's the kind of book you can use. So basically, they're saying this book is a tool. Here you will find a wonderful guide to experiencing your higher self, a step-by-step instruction, a flashlight at dusk, a candle in the dark. And you did not come to this book by accident. It is all part of a process of your own emergence and of the emergence of the entire human race. I'm getting excited already. To its credit, immense credit, this book does not claim to be the way, but simply to be our way. That's important. Otherwise, it could turn into dogma, which is the last thing that its author would want. So now let's talk about the author for just a moment. Barbara's life and the work that she does has touched the world in such enriching ways. She's a philosopher and futurist of the first rank. She has written, lectured, facilitated workshops and retreats, acted as a quiet consultant to political, business, and spiritual leaders, and placed the wealth of her mind at the disposal of the human race in countless other ways, large and small, adding much to the treasure that is the human experience, and considerably enhancing it. Anyone who has read one of her books knows what I mean. Anyone who has heard her lecture understands my comments perfectly. Anyone who has been deeply touched and changed forever at one of her workshops nods now in giant assent. And anyone who has asked for her help in thinking through the problems of our times, assessing the challenges and the possibilities of our tomorrows, or charting a course for our future, knows why Barbara Marx Hubbard is regarded across the United States and around the world as a breathtaking visionary and a brilliant conceptualizer whose insights astonish and excite the human heart, and so are sought after everywhere. The latest of these insights, I believe, the most profound, are now ours to explore in this book, and the benefits of that could be enormous. For what is presented here is not only a new way to understand our human history, but a way to magnificently create the history of our tomorrows, changing forever our very idea of what it means to be human. Here is a short but fascinating story of our species and the path it has taken, as well as the path it now has an opportunity to take as we march together into the 21st century. Here is also an emphatically compelling story of individual transformation, a story of Barbara Marx Hubbard's own work with this material of her own spiritual experiment that winds up presenting us all with a path to what could well be our own grandest human experience. We can become something that we never were and have always been. We can create something that we could not have imagined and that we've always dreamed. We can produce something on this planet that we never thought possible, and that we always knew was probable sooner or later. We can do this if we will allow ourselves to explore together and to take together the journey to the ultimate realization of our human nature and the total experience of our divine nature, which are one and the same. This will take a sincere willingness to deeply understand both the prior limits of our human experience and the unlimited wonder of our human potential, and to turn what we have come to understand into the functioning realities of our daily life. And it will take opportunity. That's what you're holding in your hand. If I were called upon to describe this book in one word, I would say opportunity. Because that's what this book represents. And it is an opportunity that you have called to yourself. So now read what you were meant to read. Know what you were meant to know. What you have always known and are now ready to act upon. Your own emergence is at hand. And this introduction was written by Neale Donald Walsch, who wrote Conversations with God, another book that I will be giving you an introduction to. And I'm just going to go ahead and read what's on the back. What can we expect from the future? According to visionary and futurist Barbara Marx Hubbard, we can accept a new type of human emergence in the world. She calls this the universal human, and it could be the key to our survival as a species. The universal human is connected through the heart to the whole of life, evolving consciously and helping to co-create a new world to live in, says Hubbard. She shows us a completely new kind of spiritual path, something we've never experienced before, but which is perfect for our time. Emergence lays out the blueprints for birthing this new kind of human, explaining all the steps in what Hubbard calls an intimate and practical process for all who wish to make the transition to the next stage of evolution. Join Hubbard on the unprecedented journey from ego to essence, from ordinary human seeking creature comforts to extraordinary human co-creating the future. Master the 10 steps that will take us through the infancy, childhood, and youth stages of the global transition to our emergence as universal human. And I will leave you with this last quote. Emergence sets forth a step-by-step path to shift our identity to our divine essence and to bring forth our unique creativity for the recreation of our world. Namaste.